Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders and their card kit of the month called So Happy. So let's get started with the reveal. Again, you'll receive your kit in that box. You get your card that will tell you what the contents is of the kit and also some inspiration on the back. Here's your cardstock. You get a piece of silver mirror cardstock in all of these beautiful, wonderful colors as well. You also get your 10 cards, 10 envelopes, and those cards are A2 size, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You get a full black block of double-sided foam squares and a roll of double-sided tape. A full 6x6 paper pad, and again, remember, this is a paper pad. It's not a cardstock pad. So I'm going to say this is, like I always say, it's just under 65 pounds. You get 2 of each design when it comes to this pad, and they have some great patterns. They have some small patterns, and they have some scenes, and they always have florals. So there's a great mix within the paper pad. You get a pack of these stickers, and there are 4 sheets within that pack, along with a pack of sentiments. And then you can also have some sentiments on some squares, some chipboard stickers as well. You get some frame chipboards in different sizes and different colors, so you can have fun, because again, this has a sewing theme. My favorite, the die cut pack. I am always so inspired with this kit, with the ephemera that comes in this kit. I am a collager. I love to collage images. I love to layer, whether it's plain cardstock or images that are die cut. Here is your stamp set that is included, some great sentiments in some different fonts, and then your die. And your die will actually form a hoop with a needle and thread and some floral images. So let's get started on our first card. And again, I am very much, like I said in the beginning, I am very much inspired when it comes to this kit for collaging. I love the layers. It gives your card an immediate texture. You really don't need to have double-sided foam squares or anything like that. Just by layering your pieces, like I'm doing here, you're giving that texture. You're giving that illusion of dimension when you are layering your pieces. I simply took 2 pieces of pattern paper. I cut one on the diagonal, layered it on top, and now I'm just starting from the bottom and adding my floral image along that diagonal line. I'll be using one of the chipboard sentiments to add to the front of the card. I do like to pull in liquid glue. That's really my go-to when it comes to adhesive. I like double-sided tape because it does have a strong bond as well. So I usually use the double-sided tape to put my backgrounds on when it comes to my cards here. That's card number 1, and I will lose count, so I'll stop counting on the cards. Yeah. I'm going to get my next border down. All of the bases of the pattern paper were cut to 4 by 5 1/4. This way I have a white frame coming from around the edges from the card base itself. Again, we are just going to collage, not even putting a sometimes I'll put a rectangle behind of a solid piece of cardstock so that these will be framed out and stand out. Because the print here is so, it's small, it's not a large print or design, they will stand out perfectly. Here I'm doing just the opposite. I am adding that small rectangle piece on top of my pattern paper, again, just to give the illusion of dimension and the illusion of a frame. By taking one piece of pattern paper and cutting the next one smaller, whether it's a 1/2 inch smaller or an inch smaller, you're giving the illusion of a frame the moment you put that into the center. Again, these layers and collaging can create beautiful illusions to the eye while you're creating your focal points. I always say too, with any kit, remember, you don't have to necessarily struggle with what goes with what. Does this color match with this? Kits are designed, and I say this in every video, so those of you that watch all of these, yes, I am repeating myself, but hopefully I have somebody new. When it comes to kits, they are designed to work together, whether it's a stamp and a die. Of course, your dies are coordinating with that, but maybe there's a single die that doesn't match any of the stamps. Again, that's designed to coordinate what the other stamps and dies are doing. In the case of Spellbinders, they have paper, they have chipboard embellishments, they have stickers and die cuts, and in all of these elements, they are all designed to match. So you could choose one of the darker colors compared to the lighter color, and it's going to match. It's going to be cohesive as you're putting your cards together. Your eyes, because as this, and I know someone's gonna, say something funny here, but yes, my eyes are going to tell me, you know what, I like this one better than this one. They all go, but you will lean towards a certain look. You will go towards, okay, this is what I'm looking for on this. You can see as I'm collaging, if I'm having light, bright pieces, die cuts or stickers or cards or anything like that, they're going to sit on the darker pattern paper. And then if I have the paper cut in half where I have a lighter on the bottom, I'm going to use somewhat darker die cuts there. Again, it's all in the trick of the eye and what appeals to the eyes. That's why, for some reason, I work with odd numbers when it comes to elements on my cards. 9 out of 10, there is an odd number. Especially if I put sequins or gems or pearls, there's an odd number. But it can also be these elements. I have 3 skeins of yarn and I have the weaving loom. That's 4. The sentiment becomes 5. Again, your eyes will tell you what looks nice, what's appealing to your eyes. I also get the question, I never put things in the dead center. Very rarely do I do that. For me, it's not appealing. I like to either have it towards the top or I have it towards the bottom. It's personal preference. We all create differently. We all create uniquely. And that's the beauty of creating. We develop our own style. We develop our own twists and takes. Just because someone's not putting it or someone doesn't like it in the center doesn't make the card wrong. It makes it different. For this card here, let me get back here. I was a little bit on a tangent there. I'm so sorry. Because I'm doing the same things in the cards. I don't need to keep walking through and say, okay, I'm putting this die cut piece here and I'm putting this die cut piece here. But for this one, I'm actually using one of those hoop frames, the chipboard frames, and they are great. And then I just took a piece of cardstock because they're hollow, they're cut out in the center, but I wanted it to look like it had fabric in there. So I did cut a piece of cardstock in behind that and then have our pieces come about. I do use the die. So you will see me using the die, and I will walk you through that. But again, everything is personal preference. I love colored pencils. That's my medium of choice. Somebody else may not like or enjoy colored pencils. They may love their alcohol markers. We could use the same image and get two beautiful and different results. So as you're looking and watching all of these wonderful creators on YouTube, or if you're sitting here watching this video here, first of all, thank you. Take the techniques and make them your own. Create how you want to create. We are inspiring you to keep creating and give you even more ideas on what either you have in your stash, or if you are a purchaser of this club kit, or maybe there's something else that you have that's close to this. That is what we all bring to you all. When it comes to collaging, that is something that I gravitate to. Again, it creates those layers, it creates those textures, it makes the eye bounce and look at all of these different elements. And when I do collage, there's a theme. So if you look at, this one here is buttons and threads and spools and needles, definitely a sewing theme. Another one was a floral theme. I used all of the florals. I do group the themes together when it comes to collaging, when it pulls in all of these. Now, the beauty of these die packs is there's so many different items that you can do that. Do you have to collage with this? Absolutely not. There may have been one image that I used in my collage for the focal point that maybe that's all you want to put on your card and add the sentiment. That's okay too. It absolutely is. So enjoy what you create. Enjoy and develop your style and stick with it. We always say, a phrase came about, be you. That's your style. That's what you create. But continue to try other things to see if you like that or not. Have fun with what you enjoy. If it's just pattern paper, wow, there is so much we can do with pattern paper. It's not just cards. It's journals, it's scrapbook albums, it's scrapbook pages, it's all kinds of fun. All right, so here's the die. I have all of my pieces die cut already. I have my panel all set to go for my card base. And I have a smaller panel here that's die cut that I've applied my double-sided tape to. And I'm going to set that in the center. And then again, I'm going to put my double-sided tape on this paper as well. I like to get my bases down onto either my card base, or I like to have what I call a design base where this all sits on, and then I can just put glue on the back of that and put that down. The hoop comes in many die cuts. You have this circle that you'll die cut, and then the element of the hoop tightener that comes out. So I stuck that at the base, and then I have the tightener going across that. I actually have it underneath it. I also cut the hoop and the circles out of white cardstock so that I could put, to make it look like a piece of fabric within my hoop. I used the bright color cardstocks to cut my flowers, and we're going to load up this hoop with all of these beautiful colors. And again, using the cardstock that comes in the kit. There's a beautiful bright green, pink, yellow, blue, or excuse me, light blue and light purple. And then the greens. And there's two different styles of leaves in this die. And I'm just having fun layering them up and adding the flowers to the end. You can see on the stems, you can actually add flowers to them. I'm going to add some buttons to the centers, those chipboard pieces, and then I have a die cut piece that I'm going to put down at the base, and I'm going to add more buttons because I think they're absolutely adorable. The die cut also actually die cuts the needle with the eye cut out, the eye of the needle. A piece of string I have woven through that needle, and I'm going to set it so that it overlaps onto the hoop. And then just making sure that's secured so I don't lose that, so it doesn't rip the string from the needle. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, 10 cards, one featuring the Spellbinders card kit of the month called So Happy. So it's a beautiful sewing theme. So if you know someone who loves to sew, this would be perfect for them. All the products that I used, or this product that I used, will be listed down below, along with their blog to get even more inspiration, and of course their shop, and all of their other club kits that they have available. They have such a list. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave those down below, and I will make sure I get back to you as soon as I can. Guys, remember what I said. Enjoy creating your craft. Don't compare yourself to others. You are you. You're going to make and create your own twist on what you're seeing somebody else creating. Just have fun with it. Enjoy it. And know that it is art. It's never going to be perfect. Art is not perfect. It's wonderful. So enjoy. But remember what's most important. Always be creative, and I will talk to you in the next one. Till then, take care.